Okay, we are live. So hello, wherever you are. I'm Jo Baldwin-Trott. I'm the co-author of an incredible book coming out a week today. Drum roll. A week today, the book Vibe will be coming out, and I'm here with my fellow co-creator of Vibe, Heather Prince. Hello, Heather.
Hello, everyone. Hello. It's getting so exciting.
Nail biting too, and also really thrilled to have with us one of our incredible contributors who is phenomenally expert in colour and vibration, Laurelle Rond. Hi, Laurelle.
Hello everyone.
So if you'd have been in your red last night, Heather, as well, we would have been red and pink today. I was wonder what colours we were all going to wear.
I've gone caramel today. I've gone into my lovely toffee caramel colour.
Very good.
And I'm embracing autumn.
Lovely.
You do look amazing. Yeah, absolutely. So it's really wonderful to be here celebrating and really excited about the week to go. So we are streaming live. So thank you for watching live. If you're watching live, and if you're watching back, then thank you. Great to have you here. It's a week until this incredible coffee table book, a luxurious coffee table book, without doubt. One of the best Christmas presents anyone can get this Christmas is going to be.
Not that we're biased.
I'm just going to cut to the chase, Heather. I'm done with saying we're biased. Like it's just true, and here's an absolute evidence of why. I mean, I texted BBC Radio Sussex this morning. They were talking about Christmas, and I texted about my thoughts about Christmas, and I jokingly said, it all starts too early, but I am publishing a book all about colour and vibration, about energy, and coffee table book called Vibe. So, so jump on and buy it if you want to. They've invited me onto the show. So the broadcaster, Sarah Gorrell, she obviously wants a copy. So, it is really just the most amazing gift this Christmas. Anyway, let's bring it back to now, because obviously Christmas is a little way off yet. Laurelle Rond, thank you for joining us today. I am very blessed to have known you for a long time. We met when I lived in Oxfordshire. Neither of us live there now. But we met at a time I personally was going through a phenomenally challenged time. And you're at that time you were doing energy and healing work. And you're not anymore, but you're very much still involved with energy and healing and sound and music. But without doubt, your knowledge on vibration and energy and healing blew me away, and it still does, because you do. The book is called Vibe, which is short for vibration, and you are one of my top people to talk about this subject. You really are. So I would love to invite you to share a little excerpt of your chapter first, and then we'll come on to asking you some questions about your expertise and about vibration and energy.
So this excerpt is about sound therapy, and of course sound is vibration. Sound therapy is a balm for the soul and body. Sound used to be a highly developed spiritual science based upon the understanding that vibration was the fundamental creative force of the universe. Modern physics tells us that this dimension and others are composed of tiny strings that vibrate at different rates. Listening to singing bowls, sound tubes, gongs, and other unique instruments can clear physical, mental, and spiritual blockages. The body and soul are calmed together, reducing feelings of stress with the fast and long, overtone-rich tones and frequencies. The voice is also a powerful instrument for healing and connection to the soul. When used in different ways, it projects a radio wave or vibrational frequency that harmonizes with the human energy field. Hence, when speaking, the intention behind the words is heard and felt. Words you say with love flow quickly and create joy and harmony. On the contrary, if the energy behind the words comes from hurt, regret, or anger, then there is disharmony and chaos in the tone, and the tone is felt more than the words are heard. Chanting is another way of using the voice. It's an ancient practice that transcends the senses and takes us beyond the bounds of time and space, soothing the spirit most profoundly. It merges our finite identity with the infinity of the universe. Every moment of your experiences is impacted by every moment previously experienced and lived. We are all on one long journey of the soul that has hundreds of lived experiences. The present life experience is another opportunity to continue your soul's journey.
Oh,
Lovely, really lovely. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, I'm going to hand over to Heather because I know you've got, you and Laurelle are so aligned in your work, and I'm going to let Heather ask the first question to you, Laurelle.
So, Laurelle, regarding someone that is feeling doomy and gloomy, which I think is quite common as we now in our hemisphere go into winter for those of the people in the UK and Europe. And I don't think that we are educated in our educational system on how to lift ourselves out of sorts, if you like. And there's a lot on social media right now talking about mental health. And therefore, mental health is where you're feeling in the lower vibration. Obviously, for us, without people actually seeing the book, the whole essence of Vibe is each segment is to educate how to raise the vibration. I know that you specifically are a great music lady yourself. Perhaps somebody watching this that's never had a gong bath, could you explain a little bit how it works on our energy vibration?
The thing about vibration is that it can be low or it can be high. A very good way of understanding this is if you think of a violin. And when a violin is in tune or vibrating at its optimal frequency, it sounds beautiful. However, many of us who have had children who have learned the violin will know that when the violin is out of tune, in other words, not in its optimal frequency, it can sound really jarring. And we are like this. We can vibrate at an optimal frequency. And when we do, we are happy, we are healthy. We may have some difficult situations, but we flow through them and we allow them to flow through us successfully. The thing about mental health in the Western Hemisphere is that most of us are concentrating on thinking everything. We have thought, we have feelings, we have heart, and we have gut, we have our body. And I think a lot of the reason for mental health issues and anxiety and depression is that we cannot get out of this, and that the brain, being an overthinker in this society, is vibrating out of sync. We have two hemispheres in our brain, and if they are not vibrating together in synchronicity with each other, then all sorts of problems can resolve. When you use color to clear the lower vibrations, then we suddenly come into synchronicity with ourselves. And different colors affect different parts of us. So red, for example, as you can see, I'm wearing red today. Red can bring us into our bodies. And if we're used to thinking on a chakra level, we know this brings us into our root chakra. You can use orange as the greatest healer. If you are feeling ill, if you are feeling depressed, then orange is a wonderful color to absorb into yourself, to wear, to bring you back into that feeling of joy and that sense of joy, which I believe is fundamental underneath all mental health issues. Once they are cleared, then we are naturally made of joy. And then if we're feeling difficulty in power situations, we're out of control, we are being controlling, we are feeling intimidated by being with other people, we have got the COVID agoraphobia, we don't want to go out anymore, we want to stay in our comfort zones, then wearing yellow can really help us to come out of that and become sociable again, and enjoy being with other people, because we are, at the end of the day, a sociable species. Then if you're feeling heartsick, if you're in grief, if you're feeling hurt, then green is a wonderful color to wear. And of course, we have the green of nature, which is wonderful in the UK. We are surrounded by green and greenness, and just going out for a walk and breathing the fresh air and soaking in the green will help our hearts to heal. And then a little known chakra, this one here, the thymus chakra. This is all about going from blame to self-responsibility. And isn't that what this whole period of history is about for us at the moment? We are seeing people blaming everything on someone else or something else. It's COVID's fault, it's the part of the government's fault, it's something's fault, it's the climate's fault. When we start to own who we are, what our experience is, and we start to claim and act through self-responsibility, we can use the color turquoise to help us do this. It's a color of freedom, and it's a newly emerging color into the rainbow, along with magenta. Then if we're working up here with our throat, so this is to do with sound, ears, nose, mouth, self-expression. If we've swallowed down who we are, our truth, what we really want to say to somebody, if we don't know how to say it without hurting and we've swallowed it down, then surround yourself with blue, especially the sky blue version of blue. That will really help for you to understand how to speak out in a way that is positive. And then we're coming up to here. This is the great wisdom area, and the color indigo, it's a very interesting color. Indigo is a kind of mixture between dark blue and purple. It's an unusual color, but it is part of the rainbow, and this is the wisdom color. So if you are trying to do some work where you're not quite understanding it, or you're not understanding what's going on in the world, which I think is like most of us at the moment, and you're wanting to raise your vibrations, and surround yourself with navy and indigo colors. And then you've got the wonderful color violet, which enables us to open up to our soul's energy and see the bigger picture of what's going on, and help us to raise our vibrations out of these mental health issues into something which is more bodily felt, so that we can bring all this wonderful inspiration through, ground it into the earth, and act like an antenna between heaven and earth. And with all these colors, we can celebrate the extraordinary beauty of the human being and completely climb out of gloom and doom.
Oh, that is so beautiful. Do you want to add in magenta?
So magenta, you'll probably find above the head. Magenta is the wonderful goddess color. It's a very noble color. It's the color of the mother energy. It's got a divinity about it. It's very protected. So if you are feeling like wanting to explore your goddess nature and your deliciousness on every level, then surround yourself with magenta, and it makes you feel gorgeous.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much, Laurelle. You've articulated that perfectly. And now back to you, Joe, with your beautiful raspberry coloured scarf.
I know, it's a pink day for me. I fancied some raspberry today. Oh, thank you, Laurelle. That was just so, we've covered obviously chakras, and Heather has covered it in her section. But it was a challenge with the book. I've mentioned this before, but to keep it all, a bit succinct, because obviously your section, body, and all that you've just shared is really the core of all of it. Because when I'm showing someone the colours that they can wear in that, as I did with you, Laurelle, when you had your colours done, it's not just the colour, and it's so much more about the clothes. It's about the colours that we resonate with. And I know when I had my colours done, my green that worked for me, which I would never have touched before, I suddenly swooped on it. And I know I've shared this with you both before, but I swooped on this color, and I felt so drawn to it. And then when I went on to train in Reiki and energy and chakras, I discovered that obviously green is the color of the heart chakra. Yeah. And I was giving myself love by wearing green every day. And I didn't stop wearing green. I literally got rid of all my black and gray in my wardrobe, and I flooded it with green. And I was literally rebooting myself from the inside out, from my heart. It was almost like giving myself, what's that machine you put on your, just totally
defibrillator.
Defibrillated my heart by wearing green. And the difference so quickly as well. It wasn't like, 3 months later, instantly. So everything Laurelle has just shared there is absolute gold. But it really is. It's absolutely very priceless to really understand how colours can really help you. And I know, Laurelle, you used to do colour therapy and sound therapy, but ultimately it all comes down to vibration, doesn't it? And
yes, and now what I do with the beautiful silks that I used for colour therapy and to place upon people, I now hang them in my windows. So the sun brings I'm currently sitting in front of a gorgeous spring green colour, which is all about playfulness and new beginnings. And it sits in my study so that I can be full of wonderful new ideas all the time. And a lovely way to organize your wardrobe is to put them in these colors, the chakra colors. And then you go to the wardrobe in the morning, and you close your eyes and you think, what do I need? And then you put that color on. And that will act as a wonderful energizer for you for the whole day.
And obviously, you might have to get some more colour in your wardrobe first. Obviously, Laurelle has had my services, so she has a beautiful rainbow of colour in her wardrobe. But if you haven't, in the book, I do share some really clear, easy tips of how to discover which colours work for you best. But we can all have a rainbow in our wardrobe. And having a rainbow, like you just said, Laurelle, I go to my wardrobe and I say, what color shall I wear today? What color do I need? And that's how I start from. I don't look at trousers or jumpers. I look at the colors in my wardrobe and I pick the one I'm drawn to for that day to give that boost to my chakras.
I do, and you might be wondering why the caramel, and the jumper's got other colors in it. It's because today is my brown day, because I've had crystal healing yesterday and I needed to be grounded today. So I've actually got brown jeggings on. I've got brown boots on. I've been out into the nature reserve with the dogs, and I've had to be in nature, and I've had to ground myself today because, as you know, Joe, you and I have been up here and in our hearts a lot. Yeah. And I needed to bring myself grounded back into nature today. So yes, I do exactly what you two do. What do I need today? And today is my chocolate brown and my caramel day.
Well, there you go. I'm with you, as you see, brown as well.
Yeah.
But it is true. Everyone can wear every color, and that's not just to look better, but it will make you look better because that's what the right colors do. It's not about that, actually. It's just about the fact that by bringing all this color into your wardrobe, and even just with one item, obviously your work around color. If people, even just like if men are watching this and they go and buy a box of handkerchiefs in different colors, even that, wouldn't it, would help. It's really that kind of powerful, isn't it? The color.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree with that as well. One client still wears red socks, just because they need to wear a darker suit for their role at work, which is the rule. But they know underneath they've got these bright red socks.
I think colour can be likened a bit to sound and music, and if we're feeling down a bit, then listening to some upbeat music can be a really useful way of raising your mood, raising your vibrations. Equally, if you're feeling like coming down and relaxing, then you listen to calmer music, and colours do a similar thing, because actually colour and sound is exactly the same. And for those of you who understand octaves, color is 40 octaves higher than sound. They are the same. Colors simply vibrate at a faster rate than sound does. So when you combine color and sound and music together, you get the whole gamut of everything. It's quite wonderful.
It's true. It's lovely. I went to see Calabro last night at the Palladium, and they sang loads of show songs. But when they came out and they did a number, and they wore burgundy suits, can you believe, Joe? After we did the burgundy card, the whole atmosphere was, as the number finished, you wanted to stand up. You wanted to stand up and clap, because it's just raising that energy, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's what we need to do at this moment in time, because so much is dragging us down. There's so much stuff in the media trying to make us frightened, and that fear is a really low vibration. So apart from maybe not listening to the news, we can raise our vibration using sound and color and get back into an optimistic turn of mind, because at the end of the day, if we are going to save our planet, then we need to do it in a positive way, not a negative way. And by joining together and raising our vibrations together, then we give this planet and our species and all the animals and plants the best possible chance of being our beautiful and its beautiful self again.
Yeah, and thriving. Absolutely.
Oh, well, that's our aspiration for this book, Laurelle, and we're grateful that you have been a part of it. You have written a number of books already. You're an international best-selling author, so you can find Laurelle's on Amazon, and she's also writing some amazing novels. I'm not going to say what they're. Okay, they're about a virus, but you wrote them years ago. Anyway, they're amazing. They will be out one day as well. Laurelle is just an absolute joy. I feel very blessed to have known you and had your healing as well in the past. But thank you for being part of Vibe. Can't wait to have you, experiencing the book and seeing it, because you have seen a bit of it, haven't you? But when actually seeing the book, and we can't wait. It's a week today, Heather. Goodness me, what a journey this has been.
You will have it delivered to your address in 6 days' time. So you're gonna hold our baby. I'm like the daddy. I've got to wait till after you give it a cuddle.
Oh my gosh, I cannot wait. I really cannot wait. I've got a line of people ready to come and pick it up that live near me as well. I mean, it's just incredible excitement about the book. But yeah, we're very thrilled. And ultimately, just to finish off, it really is about doing exactly what you just said, Laurelle. Supporting people. When we talked about this book 3.5 years ago, we had no idea, obviously, that this was going to happen. But we did both know, we're both called very spiritually to get this book done now. And I am so glad we've managed and kind of managed all that we've managed over the last 9 months or so, creating the book, physical book. But it's an absolute joy. And we hope that we can support everyone on Earth now, because it's all vibration, folks. Just having one on your coffee table, having one on the waiting table of your offices, wherever it is, it will instantly raise effect. We have thrown everything in this book, so it will instantly raise the energy in that room. We promise you that. We can guarantee that. It's 100% guaranteed. And Laurelle's beautiful section about body will definitely help your health as well. So fantastic. Any last word from you, Heather, about the launch or anything?
Yes, if you have enjoyed this chat with our lovely Laurelle Rond, she's one of many contributors that are mentioned in the book with their details. So once you've got the book, if you wish to work with any of the contributors, you will be able to contact them directly, because the book is a platform, not for Joe and I necessarily, although we've kind of been the orchestration, but we've had many people in our orchestra, and one of them is Laurelle, and it's very important that they get the publicity that we wish for them. And if you would like to come along to the launch on the 11th of the 11th, it is in Hove. It is in a beautiful restaurant, Rockwater. We've got a drink in the bar, which is a free thing, so you can come along at 6. If you do want to stay for dinner, we do need to know today, because we have to put in the numbers and give them the deposit. Meanwhile, Joe and I have been live on this page every day for the last couple of days up until the launch, because we're picking a card out of the secret language of color cards every day. And it's not a coincidence that Laurelle has just mentioned yellow, which was last night's card. She also mentioned orange, which was the first night, which was coral, in fact. And then in between that, we had burgundy. And it was no coincidence that I then went to a concert and the 4 guys are in burgundy suits. So the synchronicity is incredible. And we will be live again tonight at 6. So do join us.
Thank you. Oh, thanks, Laurelle, for joining us. Lovely to see you, Heather.
Thank you.
And
Thank
thank you for listening. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.